going on, guys, and welcome to the video. Today is Monday, June 11th. I really wanted to take you guys through a good old-fashioned training vlog, and this is because I was looking at my channel and it made me realize that the last time that I did like an actual strength-focused lower body workout was like 5 months ago on my channel, and obviously that is just a snapshot of what my life is actually like. You guys see when I travel and the kind of improvisations that I utilize when I'm traveling and stuff like that. That's not how I train on a regular basis. So I really wanted to like clear like how my training programming is kind of going right now and my kind of philosophy on training, because you guys just don't get to see it that much. I do a lot of sit down videos that are informative. I also do, you know, cheat days. And then my last lower body workout was like a deload. So that's obviously not how I train. So yeah, so we're gonna do a full like strength focused lower body workout. I really wanted to start tracking my progress with something that I'm inputting into my programming that I haven't been doing much of, and that is deadlifting. If you guys have been following me for a while, and if you're new then you might not know this, about a year ago I got pneumonia, and I feel like after I had pneumonia a lot of my compound lifts really struggled. So today we are going to be doing some deadlifts. I am all ready for the gym. I'm wearing a sports bra. The lighting's not very good. I'm wearing some Alphalete leggings. I bought these myself. You'll see it in the training footage, but I'm going to a really cool gym today in Jacksonville. They've invited me to go film there. So it's like 11 a.m. in the morning, so I'm gonna get some pre-workout. I'm gonna be taking a scoop of Prolific, which is a stimulant-based pre-workout. It's early in the day, so I like taking this, as well as High Volume, which is a pump product. It's caffeine free, so I usually take this if I train later in the evening. I also wanted to talk to you guys on a little bit of an update on my life. Jeff is back in his homeland. He is in Canada right now, so we've been apart at the moment, and I will be going there this Thursday, so we will be reunited. This has probably been the longest that we've been apart. It was so funny when he was leaving. He was like, I don't even know how I'm gonna survive without you. He was heading to Toronto for the Toronto Pro Show. He's like, I'm gonna end up in South Korea. I miss my role in helping him with that. I had nothing to do. I had no one to take care of. If you guys are new, if you guys don't know, this is my home in Jacksonville, Florida, and we split our time in Jacksonville and in British Columbia, Canada. So that's where he lives, and we just go back and forth. So it's really nice. It works out really well. We get best of both worlds. It's getting to the point in Florida where it's like so hot outside. I generally like to take pre-workout 30 minutes before I train. So the place that we're going to today is about a 30-minute drive. So after I take this, we're probably gonna head out. I recently put up a women's series video yesterday, and thank you all for the most amazing and positive feedback that I got on that video. I do spend a ton of time editing those videos. I haven't even opened it. I got myself a brand new MacBook. I have like the regular MacBook, but this is a MacBook Pro because my MacBook almost exploded trying to do all the edits that I did on my last women's series video. So I got investing in my channel, got a new computer so I can keep up this women's series. So I'm gonna shut up. We are gonna go train, so I'll see you at the gym.
Right, and for women, their favorite body part is the butt.
Alright guys, so I just arrived to the gym in Jacksonville, Florida by the beach, and it's a really dope gym. I'm actually really upset I've never been here before to film. Yeah, this gym is really cool, and I'm gonna get started.
What is going on, guys? It's been a while since I've done a full training voiceover, so this is a perfect workout to do it with. And I also wanted to chat with you guys about a few training tips and techniques that I think you might draw a lot of value from. So a recent personal goal of mine, which I mentioned at the beginning of the video, has been to get my strength back up safely and slowly, as I did suffer an injury on my inner hip as well as the whole pneumonia thing. But anyways, so I want to do it safely and slowly so I don't get injured. I used to love incorporating a powerlifting / power building style training into my programming because my competitive nature just really enjoyed having tangible goals, like hitting certain numbers on certain lifts. But I also find I get the best results for growth when I blend high load, low rep, and low load, high rep training. I think a mix of the two personally gave me the most glute growth within a given time frame, which I saw was when I was diligently running Jeff's glute hypertrophy program, which has this variation programmed into it. If you missed the video where I measured my progress, definitely check it out. I highly recommend that program for anyone trying to grow their glutes. And for those who preach you gotta lift heavy ass weight to grow, it is correct, but growth is also achievable with lower load training, which I think it's important to mention, especially for those who might have an injury or are just new to training. A recent 2017 meta-analysis showed no significant difference in muscle hypertrophy when comparing low load versus high load resistance training, provided training is carried out with a high level of effort. Intensity of effort, i.e. more reps taken close to or taken to failure, is something that I always preach as one of the most important components to training, aside from adherence and total weekly volume. I also think a high level of effort is the most common missing piece of the puzzle when people don't get the results they want from their training. They're simply not training hard enough. But again, a mix of the two, low load and high load training, in my opinion, is optimal. And the added fact that it makes training more enjoyable is just an added bonus. There's also some loosely supported research that heavier loads show greater increases in type 2 muscle fiber cross-sectional area, and lighter loads show a greater increase in type 1 muscle fiber growth. And considering the glutes are a 70-30 split of type 1 and type 2 fibers respectively, I think it's a good idea to use a spectrum of low load and high load training with variable rep ranges, especially for the glutes. So jumping to the workout footage, in addition to trying to bring my strength back up on the deadlift, I'm also really trying to refine my form, which I know is definitely not perfect. You kind of lose it when you don't practice it, but I'll definitely get Jeff to help me when we're back together in Canada. And when you take off from lifting a certain movement, there's also a neural adaptation that I'll have to get back that I lost. So getting back into the heavier numbers safely and slowly will take some time and patience. I topped out my last set at 185 pounds for a set of 5, and then I moved on to machine hip thrusts. And using a leg extension machine is my current favorite way to do the hip thrust, for the sake of time when you set up and for the feel of it. You get a big range of motion and you have the added comfort from the pad. Another thing I like to do with these are using a 3-to-1 ratio with tempo, because I personally get the best mind-muscle connection doing a slow 3-second eccentric and get a killer burn with a quick concentric. I used a lower load in the higher 10 to 12 rep range, but the slower tempo at a higher RPE just personally feels better to me. I also implement a 20-second isometric hold on the last rep of each set. If you haven't tried this, definitely give it a try. It'll get your glutes really firing. The next exercise is another personal favorite that I don't think I've ever shown on my channel. It's a banded back extension. I know it looks really weird, but you have to try it. There's almost no exercise that gets my glutes engaged more than this exercise, not even the hip thrust. The resistance band is honestly key for this because the abduction force of pushing out with your knees while concurrently driving back, forcing on just using your glutes, is such a killer burn. And I will try to get as much of a stretch as possible by trying to really get a large range of motion. If you have a back extension machine like this in your gym, which most gyms do, so take a look around the ab machines, that's usually where it is, I'd highly recommend giving it a shot. And as you can see, I got a pretty crazy pump from this. The next training technique I want to show you is how I incorporate paused rest sets, which are similar to myo reps, or sometimes called cluster sets, which I've done on my channel before, but I like to incorporate them especially on my glute workouts. This is an amazing technique to get in a similar amount of reps performed at a high RPE in a short amount of time. This is a great technique if you do only have a minimal amount of time with your training. With my paused rest training, I go for 1 or 2 activation sets, and then do clusters of reps with a very short pause, which will match the total amount of activation reps. And I know that sounds really confusing, but let me give you an example. One of my activation sets will be done around 12 reps, and I'll do it at a weight where if you do 12 reps, it'll be like an RPE 8 or 9. So that activation set will still be pretty challenging. Then you'll do clusters of 3 or 4 reps matching that activation set. So if I did 12 reps, then I would do 4 clusters with a 5-second pause in between 3 times, which totals to 12. So it will feel like every single time you do those 4 clusters, that all 4 of those are going to be extremely challenging. And the last movement that I'm doing to finish off this workout is a dumbbell Romanian deadlift, or RDL, and I'm using this as a finisher to this workout. I've done this movement many times before on my channel, but with this one, as a finisher, I'll use a lower weight with a slow eccentric, really making a mind-muscle connection with my hamstrings, but with high reps. On a different day within a microcycle, I'll do this exercise maybe earlier in the workout, and I'll do a heavier load in a lower rep range. But for this day, I'm focusing on getting a nice big stretch in my hamstrings and a fast concentric like the hip thrust to finish off this workout. I really hope that you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed my perspective on some training techniques and what I'm doing to bring up my deadlift. So thank you so much for listening. That is going to conclude the voiceover.
All right, guys, so I'm here with Dexter Jackson. And I just want to ask you one question. If you can give one piece of advice for people when they're training, what would you say?
I would say proper form. Make sure you do proper form. No, you know, slinging the weights and nothing like that. Make sure you use proper form. That's what I've always practiced on.
Yeah. There you have it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Peace, y'all.
Alright guys, I just ran to my car because it is torrentially downpouring outside. That is Florida for you. I hope it's not I hope the rain isn't too loud. That is going to conclude this workout. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below if you like training footage from me and if you enjoy seeing me train more often and how I'm progressing with my deadlift. I'm trying to get that up. Can't believe I met Dexter Jackson. He was so sweet. We ended up talking for a long time after we initially met. I'll link his channel down below. But yeah, he was amazingly nice, and it was such a pleasure to meet him. Like the video if you liked it, comment down below anything you'd like to see from me, and I will see you in a video very soon. Bye!